Yes, welcome back to Bobsing Oval. We are awaiting Game 3 in the Open Women's competition today. Northern Territory taking on the ADF. You see the ADF running out here onto Bobsing Oval, chasing their first victory of the tournament to this point. Let's look at their lineup. Lauren Dam, he's the fullback. On the wings, Michelle Vachea and Samantha Mead. The centres, Emily Kaepernick and Paris Sinclair. The halves, Cassidy Morley and Ebony Allsop. Marty Longford, Taylor Eastwood and Carla Humphreys are the front row. Madeline Burton, Kayla Barlow and Kiara Hawkins completing their starting side. The interchange bench, Kirsten Wilson, Ebony Fraser, Lauren Salas, Amanda Thomas, Moana McDougall, Olivia Hebby and Justine Sue complete their side. We saw the NT Titans in action just before going down 4-0 to Western Australia, and this is how it's left the Open Women's table at the moment. Of course, a live table. WA 2 from 2 this morning, so they have completed their 5 matches. 4 wins, 1 draw. They sit atop on 9 points. New South Wales Country are next. They'll play 2 games after this. Currently on 6, 3 from 3 for them so far this tournament. The First Nations Gems in third on 5 points. They will play New South Wales Country in our final game in the Open Women's portion, and that's looming as a potential showdown for a finals place. New South Wales Country can secure it though if they win over the ADF before that. So a lot to play out. I'll keep you updated as best I can with all that, but we have another game about to get underway. 1 20-minute period to come. The ADF and the Northern Territory. The ADF get us underway. Tough fought affair between Northern Territory and WA. Does that have an impact as the ADF get physical early? Lauren Dam in there leading the charge, and they look up for this. As I said, still looking for their first win. Madeline Burton. 2 strong tackles to start us. Boyd. Brought down 30 out from the line. Australian Defence Force, whatever's been said in the pre-game, they are putting the bodies behind some of these tackles early. Muggeridge turns it inboard. NT will fight their way to the halfway line where Jimmy will play it. Boyd, Casey going to do the kicking. Good one too, and will just find the sideline. And possession back to the ADF for the first time.
In 20 metres, in 20. Play the ball. Play the ball. Hold! 19.
Sorting themselves out at the play of the ball. Here's Dam. Real danger. Every time she touches it. The fullback, quick play the ball as well. Has them motoring forward with Kirsten Wilson. Slow to play it. Madeline Burton as well. Not only prominent defensively, but charging forward as well. Allsop takes it to the line. Met in a strong tackle though. Morley swings it to the left where Dam picks up and palms off a couple. This is a great chance for the ADF. Is she going to do it on her own? No, she'll hand it off, and the Australian Defence Force will score with Amanda Thomas. Their first try. What a move it is. And it was all on the back of the number 1, Lauren Dam. Finished by Amanda Thomas, but how's that for a start from the ADF? Let's look at the replay. It was Morley who started the move, drifting across field, and Dam chiming into the attacking line. How's that for a palm off? Probably could have gone herself, but unselfishly saw that Amanda Thomas was unmarked, and the Australian Defence Force have a try. Their first of the tournament. Could they be on track for their first victory? Aiming up in defence and opening up the NT in attack. Has left a difficult conversion for Justine Sue. Can she turn 4 into 6? A difficult kick. No real breeze to contend with. Good connection. May not have the legs. And waved away. So remains 4 points to 0. The Australian Defence Force will lead us. Another look at that try. Fend from Dan probably left an imprint. And the finish from Thomas. Reminder of what's to come in the schedule. The New South Wales Country take on the Australian Defence Force in our next game, and then they will back up against the First Nations Gems. It could potentially decide who meets WA in the final. Depends how games shake out before then, but we'll run you through them, the machinations as they happen. It's the ADF working out from their own line. They've come up with points and they want more, and that's a good run forward from Wilson. Has them out to the 30. Another charge from Dam here. So hard to stop, so elusive. Three of them eventually do that. She gets out over the 40. Morley turns it inside. Nice ball play from the ADF if they can get an offload through McDougall. Heavy at dummy half. Allsop. Sing it through the hands. Barlow helps it on. Sinclair. Eventually brought down. Allsop takes to line. Thought about kicking. Jinking off the left and right. They're through again here. They're lined up. Still the last tackle. Morley will put a kick in behind. It might sit up again for Thomas. Is it back-to-back tries? It is! They are turning it on the ADF. Where's this come from? A bit of magic on the last. Chance their arm, and don't they get some reward? Amanda Thomas has 2. They lead 8 points to 0. Well, Allsop initially in her mind was to kick. She saw some space in behind and they chanced their arm. Morley saw there were troops out wide. She just had to get the ball to them. And Amanda Thomas has her second. What a start this is. So it's another difficult conversion for Justine Sue. A good connection with her last attempt, just left it a little bit short. So can she turn this 8-point lead into a 10-point lead? Taking her time to sum up the angle. Good connection again. Is this going to hook around? It will stay to the right and it will stay unconverted. So Australian Defence Force continue to lead. Let's have another look at that try. So still 2 games remaining after this one in the open women's portion of the Harvey Norman NRL Women's Championship. New South Wales Country play the ADF in our next game, and then they will back up against the First Nations Gems. Short kick off from the NT, trying to catch them napping, and it's a knock on in fact. So They will come up with possession at the end of all that. Lafipo charges, 20 out from the line. And they answer with points of their own. Boyd from dummy half. Waipahana, though, puts it down. And the ADF let off the hook there.
Just make it back on the line. Wait for the break. Head in. Yeah, ball in. On the line.
Morley has it at the base of the scrum. Goes to the short side. Allsop jinking, finding Burden. Really like her involvement today. She looks up for this one. Aiming up in defence and some strong charges forward in attack as well. Strong defence there though. As Kiara Hawkins is forced back. Morley shows it to the line. It was a late pass and they split the beans again. So we'll pack a scrum and the Northern Territory will line them out to the left. Their first win of the tournament came yesterday, an impressive 12-0 win over Victoria, who will not progress in the competition after losing to Western Australia in our first game this morning. Lafipo will play it. Haven't really seen them up here in these first 10 minutes of this game. Goes for a look at the Australian Defence Force try line. Slow to play it, and they'll get a penalty. A bit of ill discipline and some errors coming to cost them, potentially. Casey. It's as close as they've come. Watch Boyd from dummy half. She goes on her own, tries to get down low, and she's knocked it on. So they let the ADF get away with it again. Don't pay a price for their handling errors, and Boyd, just as he tried to scoot under the legs of Morley, just lost the ball. So the ADF will have to work out on their line again. Thanks for your company though, wherever you're watching here on NRL.com. Our third of 9 live games as they get expansive. It's helped them to 2 tries already, so why not as Sue still goes and actually brought down. Just shy of the 30, damn. It's ball play at the line, not needed though. Just the second tackle, and they invite Northern Territory in again. You see the work of so well to find a way to the 30-metre line and just trying to push the pass at the line. It's a third error back-to-back. They've failed to complete the set since the second try. Northern Territory, though, with some errors of their own. Can they finally turn that advantage into points? Strong defence, though, from the Australian Defence Force. Look for Latonia Norris to chime in as they turn it inside to Lafipo. Has them 10 out from the line. 7 remain. Scoop from dummy half from Boyd. Does she do it on her own, or is this a chance to answer back? They'll go close. Centimetres shy. Nonna. Here's Muggeridge at first receiver. Put it through the hands to Togo. Scrime Gore to play it. Last tackle now. Can they get an end result? It's a slow play the ball. They can't make something happen on the last. It's going to be a changeover and a rather dour end to the set, it has to be said. 6 minutes remaining. The Australian Defence Force just has to put away the errors and complete their sets, and they could be on track for their first win of this tournament. Set the tone earlier with some big hits in the opening set of this game. Allsop. Right, planning on coming down. What a day it is on the Gold Coast here at Boxing Oval. Free entry as well, and you're seeing some fine rugby league. The ADF are turning it on. Last tackle now. There's a fair cue to the left if they spin it through their hands. Allsop does that now. Need to keep it alive. It is still the last tackle, eventually put on the toe. Numbers here. Dam tries to keep it alive. Is that 6 more? And an offside on the ADF. So penalty will go the way of the Northern Territory. They need to get moving. 5 minutes remaining in this one. They are out of contention after their defeat to Western Australia. So to the ADF, looking for their first win of the tournament. But what a way to finish their campaign. The NT, if they can turn this around, and ADF still another game to follow against the New South Wales country, who themselves are chasing a spot in the final. So all to play for. Shari Togo brought down. Fipo turns ball play, spins it to the right. Haven't seen the impact we saw yesterday from both Boyd and Muggeridge, who were steering them around well. Get to the 40 on the last. Do they chance their arm and put it through the hands, or put a kick high? Muggeridge calls for it, and she does send it high and test out Dam, who lets it bounce dangerously. It does fall back into their arms, though, fortunately. They can breathe a sigh of relief. Their 8-point lead still intact. Is that a knock on, though? Claiming a strip, it is, so it's come out. Their own worst enemy at the moment. They are just inviting chances for Northern Territory to find a try. Scrum-Gore pumps the legs against 3 ADF players. Plate 12 out from the line. Cued out to the left. Norris goes on a scoot of her own. She sees that they've got players in support. Flicks it out the back. Good hands. Can they get a result here? Kay looks for the try line. For a moment I thought she had it down. Scrambling defence does good work. Norris again, swamped in a strong tackle. Resolute defending by the ADF. Trying to stop them here. 5 of them held up. Such is the commitment for their first win. They are putting the bodies on the line. Swapau, who couldn't get it down. Muggeridge shows it to the line. Jiminy getting a little desperate now. And that was the last. So another set that lacks that final bit of polish. Simon Levis rising. The ADF just beneath broadcast booth here at Boxing Oval, searching for their first win, and they've feel they're almost there, and they're going to get a penalty as well. This will just ice some seconds off the clock as well. 90 seconds to hang on. Importantly, it's they who have the footy.
Left side off! Left side! That's where your foot! Where'd your foot go?
So Heavy gets us back underway. Barlow.
Go together!
Can they close this game out with their third try?
Go on.
Find their first win of this tournament. Once again, it's Dan with a strong carry. She's been a shining light for them all tournament long.
Number 13 and 11 on your left or offside.
Sue out a dummy half. Penalty coming inside the 10. So final 30 seconds in this one. Thomas has 2 tries. Once you get a hat-trick out on this left wing. Direction they go. Kaepernick. 5 out from the line. Final moments of this one. Morley going to run it on her own, is she? They might have one final play to put a bit of icing on an impressive cake as they go from Burton. Has she got there? They like it. They have a third try. Madeline Burton, well, that is great reward. Has led them well in both attack and defence, the ADF, and what a result this has become. Chasing their first win and their first points going into this. They've laid on 3 tries and they finished 2 strong for the Northern Territory, and a fine performance to close out their tournament. There will be a kick to come, but the Northern Territory, they had their first win yesterday afternoon and they knew they had to win both games this morning to have any chance of playing in the final. Hard-fought defeat, 4-0 to Western Australia, and they have been blown away by an Australian Defence Force side that have looked right up for the contest since the first tackle off the kickoff. Sue, none from 2 with the conversions. They've both been rather difficult, this one in that column as well. They can't celebrate for long, the ADF, because they've got another game to follow. They're in action again in our 4th game against the New South Wales Country, who are trying to take top spot. They'll have to win both games to do that. They're not guaranteed of a finals place just yet. Western Australia have locked one of them up. Sue moves in. Good connection again. It's just going to drift away though. So remains 12 points to 0 and a win for the ADF and a deserved victory. 2 good in the end. 3 tries to 0 over the Northern Territory. Let's look at those tries.
Women's Championship, Day 3.
And it was Thomas. It's the run of Dan. Look at this fend. See you later. And unselfishly found Thomas. That was our first try. This second, we talk about tries of the tournament. They got a little expansive on the last. They chanced their arm. Also trying to get a kick away. Saw they had players out to the left, and Morley summed it up quickly, put it on the toe, and Thomas got a kind bounce and made it 2 tries back to back. And Burton on the siren, last play of the game, helps himself to their 3rd. So impressive from the ADF. They are in action in our next game. They'll take on New South Wales Country. A brief break before we return. The ADF taking on New South Wales Country next.